Howdy folks, Texan here to bring you another video of Banished 2. So as you can see, we are continuing our town of Riggstonewood. That's a funky name, but you know what? That's the name of our town, we're going to stick with it. Riggstonewood. And we have our gatherer's hut, we have our forest lodge, we have our fishing dock going, so we're off to a good start. I'm low on food and storage, but that should go up in due time. But we still need to give our builders something to build. Let's see. Well, they are. They're actually going out here to build another fishing dock, so we'll let them continue doing that. Let's speed up. And the laborers are going to labor. They're going to mine, cut. And actually, you could build an entire mine so you can collect iron and coal. Now, coal is useful, so then your blacksmith can build steel tools as opposed to iron tools, which is what we're using. So eventually I'm going to need a blacksmith. But for now, we're just going to be more worried about current necessities, namely food. In fact, I have one stored food, and that's gone. So if they don't hurry up now, bring my stuff out there. Okay, yeah, you can see, so they already put food in there. It's going to be taken pretty quickly, but the amount of food inside the huts are actually, or the house, not really huts. Inside the houses, they have somewhat of a decent amount of food, but it goes pretty quick. Okay, good. Food's going up. Woodcutters, hard at work. I set the fuel limit to 500. So that should last me a couple of winters with only this many people. Okay, we got ourselves a message. Reserve food is low. Oh no, it went back up. We're okay. So soon the woodcutter, I'm going to take the woodcutter off of here and probably put them to fishing or something else. We'll figure it out. Okay, now my last video I made kind of long, so I'm going to start making these videos about 10-15 minutes long or so. So I wanted at least a long video to give a better introduction to the game, so that way you get an idea of the mechanics. If you already bought the game and you just kind of wanted to know how to start out, the first video is good for that. But these other videos, we just want to continue and see what happens to my town. Let's see if they are doomed to failure or if they are meant and destined to prosper. Reserve. Okay. Oh, okay. So you see this little icon that appears above my woodcutter means they've met the maximum limit of supplies. So we have 513 wood. Even though we have wood logs, they can cut more wood, but we don't really have that many people to worry about. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the woodcutter off of there and have them do some work. Let's see. We could do some more fishing. We could always use some more food. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll have you fish. We need fish. Yeah, the builders have not even made it out to this fishing dock. That's the problem with building far away. It takes time for them to get to that. For now, they're just kind of clearing this area. And you could see the forester, I have them set not to cut. They're just planting trees. In fact, you could see all these little baby trees being planted. So that's good. Now, in this particular area where I cut, the gatherers are not going to find much. Now, the gatherers, they collect stuff like berries and other various foods. Let's see. What else do we got? Roots, mushrooms, things of that nature. So it counts as food, but you have to choose your areas wisely for the gatherers. I might mine away a bunch of the stone and iron so more trees are grown and you get more stuff for the gatherers. So eventually I'll get to that. But for now, we need to kind of clear this area out to do some more building because we're going to need blacksmith, we're going to need tailors, vendors. We're going to be building all that. Again, I'm not going to build any farms. Now, later on in the game, it's good to build farms just for aesthetic values to make your town look a lot more rich. And eventually, instead of farms, what I do enjoy are herds. They provide a good amount of food, or the pastures. They provide a good amount of food, especially if you get cattle. Cattle, you also get leather. Leather for your tailors so they could make more clothing and provide more warmth for your people. Wow, you can see one of my stockpiles filled up, and they're already filling up the other ones. So we're doing pretty good on supplies so far. Okay. Now notice the workers have not really, or the builders have not really come out here to do much building. There's actually a feature in here. If you go down to the bottom, go to Tools and Reports, you can actually increase priority of something, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. What you do is you select Increase Priority, click and drag over what you want to increase priority on. So I'm like, okay, let's increase priority of our fishing dock, because we're already have more adults now. We have 16 adults. So we're going to need more food flowing in pretty soon. Otherwise, these two alone are not going to be able to keep up. So I just increased priority over this area. Let me emphasize that again. And let's fast forward and see if they actually make it out there. And notice the fuel going down. They're burning firewood in the houses, then they go collect more firewood and bring them in the houses. Wow, I'm already down by half. I might put the woodcutter back to work just in case. And we're still going through winter. Yeah, a lot can happen through winter. And this is why I don't build farms. Because during the winter, you can't do a thing with farms. You can't plant, you can't harvest. It all pretty much goes away. You got to do all that through spring, summer, and autumn. So that's why I don't bother with farms to begin with. And you have to dedicate several workers to it. In my opinion, they don't provide enough food an entire year. Here you have a constant flow of fish throughout all seasons. Same thing with the gatherers all through the seasons, which doesn't even sound right. You would figure they can't collect berries through the winter. But yet they still manage to find stuff, so to me, that is the better way to start it. Okay, goodness, nobody's brought supplies out here. Okay, we need to figure out what's going on. Let's slow down time a little bit. Let's figure this out. Okay, I got the two builders set. Let me take away the assignment and give it back. Let's see if that's a glitch. If it is, it's the first time I've come across it. Now, a lot of times, even the builders will not go to their priority right away. They'll just go out here and collect more supplies. But, you know what? I'm wondering if we need to make a road out there. Let's try doing that. Let's start there. Just a basic dirt road. There you go. Let's see if that helps any. Now the laborers, if I'm not mistaken, the laborers will work on the road as well, if it's just a basic dirt road. Oh, look, okay, it looks like they're taking supplies out there. Oh no, they were removing some of the iron that was in the way, so now they're taking stuff out there. Excellent. And haven't even finished building the road and they decided to go out there. Okay. That's okay. I'm happy. They're working. Now notice I'm still not building any houses. I don't plan on building any houses, even though they're filling up pretty good. I'm not going to build any houses until somebody is homeless. Then I build a house. I have 17 adults and 7 children. We don't have a school yet. By the way, I will show the purpose of a school. Well, I can't show the purpose of school. I need a town hall for that. But basically, the purpose of a school is educating the town, obviously. But educating the town can also increase your product output, so you get more supplies that way. But right now, we're not going to worry about it too much. I might put it in there, actually. I might just build it now. There it is. Schoolhouse. Can't put it there. I'll probably slap it right there. Okay, so notice the woodcutter is filled up again. So I'm going to build that. Oh, and also another important thing, a well. You want to build a well in case there's a fire. That is the purpose of the well. So, you know, I'll just put it right here in the middle of town. So if there's a fire, you want them to have quick access from the well to wherever the fire breaks out, and they'll try to put out the fire. One of the mistakes I made was I forgot to put a well next to my forester, gatherer, and hunter, and I ended up with a fire that burned down all my buildings in that area because the townspeople were walking all the way to town, coming back with a bucket, then walking all the way back, and it was a disaster. That was on my second town, actually, but I built it back really quick because they're doing well. So I'm also going to put a well out here. I'll just put it here. Why not? Now notice the required builders is 10. I'm just going to put 4 because they're already done with the fishing dock out here. I'll put 1 more gatherer. So we got 4 gatherers, 4 fishermen, so we have a good amount of food coming in. And they're going to finish that road there, and we can just build right along if we need any more houses. Now notice some of the other town services that you could build. Is the well, schoolhouse, already explained. A hospital. The purpose of the hospital are for any outbreaks that happen. So if there's a particular plague going around, you'll need a hospital, and you also have to assign a physician to that hospital. For the most part, you don't need it. You just need it in preparation for that disaster. The town hall we definitely want, but I really don't have the stone for it right now. I'm going to wait till we get a bunch more stone. The town hall has statistical advantages. It helps you to keep an eye on a lot more numbers, such as the overall town inventory, as well as the amount of education in town. There's a few other things. I'll show you that when we get there. The chapel. You'll need a church. That helps with happiness, and you have to assign a priest to the chapel. And of course, I've explained the cemetery in the last video. The cemetery is to help people cope with death. You don't need to start with a large cemetery. You could build a small one for starters, but eventually you'll probably need a second one. The cemetery does replenish. I don't know how that works. I guess the bodies eventually disappear, and so do the tombstones, and for some reason more openings come up. It's kind of weird, but we're going to end up building one anyway. It'll probably have to be in a later video, because there's only so much you can build at one time. You know, you kind of need everything, but you know, you just got to start with necessities here. Okay. I'm very tempted to build my hunting cabin because we'll need leather eventually. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and give the hunting cabin a start here. And as I said before, we also need herbalist. I might just go ahead and build the herbalist hut. Okay, that's building right on top of it. I'll just put you right here. Okay, that's all I'm going to build in this area. I don't want to take up too much land, but this is primarily going to be all the forest stuff. Herbalist, gatherers, forester, and hunter. I'm not really sure if you have to build a hunting cabin in these areas. I've been doing it and it's been working out fine, but many times I've seen just deer running around out in the middle of the open, so I'm not sure if you had that same restriction on hunting cabin. If you find out, please comment below and let me know, because I am very curious as to any other buildings that require to be in old forest areas. Okay, let's speed up time. Ah, there we go. So the schoolhouse is being built. Almost done. And look, our food is going well. Now notice the health of the citizens have gone down a little bit, but I've already started on the herbalist. Once this is built, I think I'll set the priority on the herbalist. And reserve stone is low. Ah, okay. So we need to give our laborers some more work. We're going to cut down some stone. Now, Before, I would just remove all resources, but what I'm going to do instead is to primarily collect stone. So you can actually select which specific resource you want them to collect. In this case, I'm going to have them collect stone. Now, as I said earlier, I kind of wanted them to collect stone in this area, so let's go ahead and get all that stone. Let's speed up time a little bit. Collect the stone. Now, see, they're cutting down the trees in the way of these buildings that need to be built. So they are also going to do that. Mine. Okay, so they built the schoolhouse. I'm going to go ahead and assign a teacher. Notice we have a lot more people now. We have 22 people. I better slow it down before I get ahead of myself. And then I'm going to set priority on the herbalist, because that's going to be important for the health of the citizens. So notice it hasn't really been that long. So with the 25 or so minutes of my last video and about 15 to 20 minutes of this video, we've already got 22 people, and we started with, what, 10 adults or so? So we've kind of come a long way. We have 8 laborers, 4 builders, 4 gatherers, 4 fishermen, a forester, teacher, and on and off on the cutter. So you notice that we're going to end up bumping these numbers up and down a lot under the professions. So there's a lot of work involved in this, but it's fun work. It's fun watching them do the labor as I sit here comfortably in my chair. But anyways, all right, we're going to cut the video here, and we'll continue where we left off, and we will build the hunter hunter and the herbalist, and we will continue to watch our town grow. So with that said, please comment below any suggestions, anything that you may have pointed out that I've missed, or let me know about that hunter's cabin. And also, please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel to see more videos I'm going to bring out. I'm also going to post a Planet Explorers video soon, so you'll take a look at the Planet Explorers. It's a really fun game. So it's been out for a while in its alpha, and I'm not sure if it's in beta state, but I'll show all that later. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.